I always thought the fog was just another quirk of our coastal village, a natural phenomenon that rolled off the sea and settled over our homes like a thick blanket. But the day it arrived without warning, swallowing everything in its path, I noticed something different. They say fog can play tricks on your mind, but this was more than that. People were changing. At first, it was subtle, a neighbor who forgot my name, a friend who no longer recognized their own house. But soon, it was as though everyone had been replaced by hollow shells of their former selves, and I was the only one who remembered how things used to be. As the days passed, I watched in horror as familiar faces became strangers, their eyes vacant and their voices a mere echo of the warmth they once held. The village seemed to move in unison, like a colony of insects driven by some unseen force. I tried to reach out, to remind them of who they were, but my words fell on deaf ears. There was an eerie synchronicity to their movements, as if they were all part of a larger, insidious plan. I began to question my own sanity, wondering if I was the one who had changed, if perhaps the fog had taken hold of my mind as well. Desperate for answers, I ventured into the heart of the fog, where the village square stood eerily silent. It was there that I stumbled upon an ancient stone altar, covered in strange symbols that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. I realized with dawning dread that this was the source of the fog, and whatever resided within it was manipulating the villagers, erasing their memories and identities. The air grew colder, and I felt an overwhelming presence pressing down on me, whispering promises of oblivion if I joined them. In a frenzied panic, I ran back to my house, barricading the doors and windows against the encroaching mist. The last thing I remember is the fog seeping through the cracks, and the once familiar voices of my neighbors outside, calling my name in unison. Now, as I sit in the darkness, I can feel the fog creeping into my mind, erasing the last remnants of who I used to be. The village is silent, and I am alone, the last keeper of memories in a place where time and identity have been swallowed by the fog.